I thought personally that last year the book festival was one of the big successes of the online world. I thought it really worked. Do you think that this has just opened up to a bigger audience actually worldwide, rather than it collapsing in on itself because you can't hold in-person events?
Yeah, last year we decided to put the book festival online because we had to, because we simply couldn't stage a live festival. And I was amazed at the number of emails and letters that I received from people saying, thank you so much for doing that. It was the first time I was able to come to the book festival. Even people in Edinburgh who said, I have a chronic lung condition, or I have anxiety, I find it difficult to sit in theatres, or even I don't have enough money to pay for the tickets. And so that accessibility that we touched, we wanted to continue that. But on top of that, we realised that we had audiences tuning in from Texas, from Singapore. In fact, nearly every country in the world had people tuning in. And we realised that what we were doing was taking this joyful thing, which normally happens in Edinburgh, the local Edinburgh.
In a tent.
And we were putting it out there into the world. Scottish writing, truly on the international stage. And so I hope that this year we continue that, but we also bring back that joy of the local, of Edinburgh, which is really the heart of the Edinburgh International Book Festival.
This is going to be very different because, well, we do have a little bit of a garden here, but not too much. And so tell me a little bit about the setup. How's it going to work?
Well, so we've moved from our traditional home of Charlotte Square Gardens to this new site, Edinburgh College of Art. And the reason we've done that is that we can have this village green space, which is behind me, as you can see, as well as indoor areas in which we can have indoor theatres. But as well as this village green space, we're going to set up a huge screen at the bottom of the space there, so we can broadcast events out, for which if people haven't been able to get tickets, because we've got quite small audiences, socially distanced audiences this year, they can still come along and be part of that communal feeling of being here in the square, watching the events happening live on the big screen.
And you have got a very exciting programme which has just been launched, and the tickets go on sale on the 22nd of July. What's the one that's sort of captured your interest most? I know I've got a couple that I want to ask you about.
Well, most of all, I'm just happy that we've got a live festival at all. I have to say I'm really thrilled that we're able to do it in these difficult times. The fact that we've got 2 Nobel laureates, 6 Booker Prize winners, Pulitzer Prize winners, and so many others makes me very happy as well.
And one of the things that I was quite interested in was the fact that you have some authors teaming up with filmmakers, with young filmmakers. I thought that's kind of an innovative strand for you guys, isn't it?
Reading Scotland project is really to celebrate emerging writers in Scotland. So we chose 6 writers, varying levels of success so far. We chose their books because they create a kind of picture of Scotland today, Scotland right now. And in order to try and show people what that Scotland looks like and capture the mood of Scotland, we commissioned short films, one for each of the 6 writers. And so the writer has worked with an emerging filmmaker to make a 5-minute film, which will be premiered at the beginning of their event. They will then go on and talk about their book. But we hope that the films will capture kind of mood and the landscape of the books and create a picture of Scotland. So they range from Shetland, we're filming in Shetland at the moment, to the very urban setting of Glasgow's Clockwork Orange, the metro. So it's a lovely mixture of settings in Scotland. But there'll also be other kinds of events. For example, we've got walking tours. Jenny Fagan will be running small walking tours around parts of the old town where her novel Luckenbooth is set. And so if you're lucky enough to get a ticket, you can have a personal tour of the city and the stories which made up that extraordinary novel. And there are a number of different ways in which we're trying to allow people to take part in the festival, even if they don't feel comfortable to go indoors.